Hello. So, my name is Glory. Hi. For those of you who are new here, I am a 3D artist, or to be more specific, I am a look dev, lighting, and compositing artist. And so, let me give you some of my experiences from CTN last year and how I'm preparing that for this year as well, and do some secrets and spill some tea. But I am first going to make some coffee before I get to my dog. Now I'm ready to sip some tea. Oh, actually, it's still hot. So now let me just tell you my experience of going to CTN last year and why I wanted to go again this year. So last year I actually went to CTN for the first time, and actually it was my first any kind of animation conference or expo. I'm actually quite introverted, so I usually am very intimidated to go to places like that, and actually I went there for the first time by myself. And so yeah, so let me give you just the brief breakdown of how I got started, preparations for it. I didn't know what to expect. I just wanted to use this opportunity to meet professionals and get advice for it, and I was totally lost. There were so many different ticket options, and they each had different perks to it, and I just wanted to get the best out of it since I was going all the way down to LA from Bay Area. Might as well. So I got the 3-day pass. I believe I had access to the exhibit floor where a lot of the artists were showcasing their artwork. And we were able to go to workshops and the panels for sure for 3 days. And from my experience, I think still I had to wait a long time to get into panels. I remember getting frustrated because the people who had their special, I think the VIP pass or the regular passport, they were able to cut the line, but then it's like, they paid extra, so they might as well get the full worth of their tickets. But there are times when you're not able to get in. So I got to the convention center. I of course had to navigate the place. Since I was by myself, I had to figure something out. So I just went around and looked at their little diagram, but it didn't really help. I think it was drawn out and it was not that accurate, maybe. And there was this thing where the volunteers kind of didn't know where some of the locations were, so that was kind of. As for finding a place to stay at, that time, I was lucky enough to have a friend who offered her place to stay, so I just stayed there, and I didn't really have to worry so much about gas and housing and food. My friend was just amazing. I feel like she spoiled me too much while I stayed there, so that was pretty good. So that time, when you follow some companies on LinkedIn, they would have announcements regarding CTN, and usually they would invite you for portfolio reviews. And last year, they had sign-ups for it, so that when you come, you would have like an appointment with some of the recruiters at the animation company. And so I signed up for DreamWorks, Sony, Pixar. I did them all, even Disney TV animation. And then they give you a time slot, you sign up for a time slot. And so I was able to do it, but when I went there, since there were so many people and there was so much, you know, it's like probably 5-10 minutes of feedback, so a lot of the schedule went behind. I do feel bad for some of the recruiters. They must have been really exhausted. They were probably going all day. Yeah, so that was a lot better than actually drop in and sign up for a time, because then you would have to wait forever. So my experience with having my portfolio reviewed, I think it was amazing. It gave me a better insight of what they were looking for, although I kind of got the gist of it, but having the recruiter give you feedback then and there. In some places they had also artists with the recruiter as well, so they're able to both give feedback. And I think it was also a good opportunity for me to get familiar with talking with professionals, so I'm not as intimidated. Well, actually, I don't think I'll ever get over feeling intimidated. It also gave me a lot more clear perspective what the company is looking for, and a lot of the times the feedback was they were very unclear of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to specialize in, and my art style, like, it was kind of confusing. So, because I wanted to do everything, I had this weird generalist mindset, and you know, when you go to school, you're supposed to know everything, and it's true, you should, but then you should really be able to specialize in one thing and be able to show that you can really do it. Like everything else, if you know Maya, Subsabina, or like other parts of the pipeline, then you know, it'll probably show. But yeah, I tried to do too many things. And the thing is, I had lots of still images. I never really had like animations. So now that was what I tried doing for sure this year. I really wanted to like collaborate with people so I could have animation shots. So if I wanted to do lighting, CFX, you know, I need to have animation shots, or most likely recommended. And I did sense that, well, I kind of knew, I had a hunch that my portfolio pieces, I thought it was complete. I thought I did my best. I mean, I did, but then usually they're always like 95% complete, and usually that 5% is what really makes that impact. I feel like making it look special, you know, like that extra 5%, the last 5% is usually draws in the audience. And usually it was the case for me. Maybe I lack the use of contrast in my pieces and loss of focus. And so that was really the goal for me, figuring out how to do that. Really pushing it to be more full and complete. That's the general portfolio review that I got from a lot of the recruiters, which was good. I think that's what I needed. I think it's also because I've been working on each project usually for a long time, and you know, when you're making so many different iterations, so many different changes, and then you see it so often and so much that you kind of forget like what you're striving for, and you keep seeing it and your eyes are used to it so that you can't see it like constructively. So it was good to have the extra eye to take a look at my portfolio and give me lots of feedback on it. The panels were great. I wish I could have gone to more panels. I did go to this one panel. It was very memorable. It was for DreamWorks. They showcased their short films that they were working on. It was one of their newer projects, and so they're trying, for animated companies, they usually use short films as an opportunity for other artists or directors to kind of take take that leadership role. Also, it's also a good opportunity for them to try different technology, and you know, because it's a lot more easier, if, well, not easier, but there's less of a risk if they work to do it on a short film. I really loved building it. Like, it was amazing. I've never had so much fun just watching like a short film. It was so funny. If you haven't watched it yet, you have to watch it. And it's like so gorgeous. Like, they pulled off so many different environments in it. I don't know if that's spoiler, but yeah. It was amazing. They pulled off each different environment so well, and the color is amazing. The lighting, the simulations, oh my god. You have to watch it. And then let me tell you my experience for Raise the Bar recruiting. So the difference between Raise the Bar recruiting and the individual company portfolio reviews is that the portfolio reviews are simply just portfolio reviews. The recruiters are just giving you feedback, and I don't know if there are cases where people were hired through that, but through Raise the Bar recruiting, usually you are able to submit your portfolio, your resume and everything, and companies who are thinking of hiring, they would look at their portfolios based on whatever they specialize in. So I put mine for like modeling and like lighting. I think modeling, texturing, and then lighting. So it was crazy because I didn't know what to expect from it, and I was selected. So it's like really frustrating sometimes because they tell you on the day of the event. So I think I was there like Friday or something. And then they gave us an email or like a spreadsheet of like people who are there, and then my name was on there. I was like, oh my gosh, like my name is on there. And then the company was Disney Animation Studio, and I was like, holy crap, like what? And so the thing is, okay, here, let me tell you. Before the event, I applied for the lighting trainee program. I went there a little earlier, 30 minutes before, and of course I was very nervous. I was like, The thing is, there are also other people there who are waiting. They're usually for the other companies, and so apparently I heard that usually Disney, they only do portfolio reviews, and that's it, and they don't really hire. And so I was like, oh, okay, then it's just a portfolio review. In my case, it was, now that it happened, and obviously I'm not working there right now, so like I wasn't hired. But so what she told me, the recruiter told me, was that she remembered my application, and so she was like, oh, you know what? I want to meet you. And I was like, oh, really? That's so, And it was good because we were able to break down. It was also like another portfolio review and what I needed. And I did ask her if I could, update my portfolio. She's like, yes, I did, but I didn't get accepted. But it's also good because I was able to connect with her in a way. She noticed that I was a taekwondo instructor currently. If you guys didn't know, I part-time as a taekwondo instructor. So she noticed that on my resume, and she was like, what? I used to do taekwondo, and I was like, didn't expect it, because she works at Disney. And then I was like, oh. And I was like, wait, what? You used to take taekwondo in the past? It was supposed to be 30 minutes long, but it went by fast. Oh, let me tell you this one thing that happened last year where I was kind of like, what the heck? Like, it was like they gave me like a lollipop or something, like, and then it's not like I asked for it either, and then they just like snatched it away from me and be like, psych, it's not you, it's for this girl right here, right next to you. Are you kidding me? Okay, so let me get started. So what happened was, so they have this lottery ticket thing where if you win the lottery, and you have to actually pay like the special ticket for it. I think it was like the VIP pass or something. And then you're able to get like a studio tour at like Disney or like Nick or Cartoon Network, I think, or DreamWorks or something. You're like selected. And so, and of course that was also sent on the day of or something. The funny thing was I received an email and they said that you were selected. Congratulations, you have been selected to tour Disney. I was like, what the hell? Like what? Like really? I was like, oh my gosh, is this destiny or something? I'm just kidding. And then I think the day after they sent an apology email, be like, we're sorry, we sent it to the wrong people. Like we just sent it out. And I mean, I kind of was like, you know, like I didn't purchase a VIP pass. I should have known. You know, I'd be like, you know, what is wrong? Like, I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah. So why am I going again? I have also heard some rumors. I mean, not just rumors, but it is kind of facts.